Hey there. Welcome to CyberPulse by Quantum Shield, the podcast where we make cybersecurity less intimidating and a lot more exciting. Every episode, we're diving into the latest digital drama, from sneaky hackers to the coolest defense strategies, all while sharing tips you can actually use. So grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's navigate this crazy digital world together.
Okay, so get this. I was reading this article, right? And it's about this big tech company, and they're using data from their employees' fitness trackers to predict health risks and stuff. And they were deciding who to promote based on how often people worked out.
No way!
I know. It's like, come on, where's the line?
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Seriously. So it got me thinking about data privacy in general. Like we all know it's important, but how do we make sure companies are actually respecting it and not taking it too far?
Right.
Luckily, you sent over some really interesting stuff on data privacy principles and frameworks. So it's let's just dive right into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
What are some of the biggest principles we should be aware of?
Well, one of the most important ones is data minimization.
Data minimization.
Okay. This basically means that companies should only collect the data they absolutely need.
So if they just need my email address for a newsletter,
right,
they shouldn't be asking for my blood type.
Exactly. Like you wouldn't give a cashier your entire wallet just to buy a stick of gum, right?
Right.
It's the same idea. Only share what's necessary.
Yeah.
Then there's purpose limitation.
Purpose limitation, okay.
This means that companies can only use your data for the specific purpose you agreed to.
Which is?
So if you give a company your email address to sign up for their newsletter, they shouldn't be using it to sell to advertisers or send you a bunch of spam about things you never signed up for.
That makes sense, yeah.
And a lot of companies try to sneak these vague clauses into their terms of service,
Oh, tell me about it. Who actually reads those things, though?
Right. But that's why understanding your data subject rights is super important.
Okay, so what are those exactly?
These are your power moves. You have the right to access the data a company has on you, correct any inaccuracies, and even have it deleted.
Wait, so I can actually ask a company to delete all the data they have about me?
Yep. It's your data, you're in control. And, another big one is accuracy.
Oh, yeah, accuracy for sure.
Because if they're going to have your information, it better be right.
Seriously. It's like that nightmare with my credit report a few years ago. One wrong number, and it's a total headache to fix.
Ugh. Yeah, I feel that.
What a mess.
And then there's transparency, which basically means no more hiding behind confusing legal jargon in those privacy policies.
Yes.
Companies need to be clear, concise, and upfront about what data they collect, how they use it, and who they're sharing it with.
Right, because we should be able to actually understand what we're agreeing to.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've talked about these principles, but how do they actually translate into, real-world action?
Right.
You sent over some info about some specific frameworks. Right?
Yeah, so think of these frameworks as blueprints for companies to actually put these principles into practice. Two of the big ones are ISO, IEC 27701, and the NIST Privacy Framework.
Okay.
ISO is the gold standard certification.
Fancy.
Yeah. It covers a wide range of data protection measures from access control to data encryption.
Gotcha.
And it also requires companies to undergo regular audits, so it's a pretty big deal.
So it's not just a one-time thing. They have to keep proving they're following the rules.
Exactly. They have to keep up with it.
So if a company is ISO certified, is that a pretty good sign that they're taking data privacy seriously?
Absolutely. It shows they're committed to protecting your information and meeting really high international standards. Now, the NIST Privacy Framework is a little different.
How so?
It's a bit more flexible and designed to help organizations of all sizes, identify and manage their own specific data privacy risks.
So it's a more tailored approach.
Exactly. It recognizes that not every company is the same and that different industries might have different needs and risks.
Right.
But the great thing is that both of these frameworks, ISO and NIST, they're being used more and more by companies across different industries. Yeah, especially in finance, healthcare, and tech.
Yeah.
They're realizing that building trust with customers and complying with regulations actually go hand in hand.
Yeah, it makes sense. If a company can't be trusted with my data, why would I trust them with anything else?
Totally. And it's not just about, avoiding lawsuits and stuff. It's about building those ethical and sustainable data practices for the future. It's about doing the right thing.
I love that. It seems like we're finally moving in the right direction. I mean, this has been super eye-opening. Just knowing that these principles and frameworks exist gives me, like, a little more hope for the future of, like, my data.
For sure.
But, like, technology is always changing, right?
It's true. It's true.
So how do we make sure these principles and frameworks can actually keep up and stay relevant in the years to come?
That's the big question, isn't it? And it's something we all need to be thinking about and talking about. It's a conversation that's not going away anytime soon.
That's for sure.
It's an ever-evolving landscape, but at least we've got a good starting point.
Thanks for hanging out with us on CyberPulse. Remember, cybersecurity doesn't have to be scary. It's all about staying sharp and a little bit savvy. Keep learning, stay curious, and don't let those cyber gremlins get you down. Catch you next time, and until then, stay safe, stay smart, and keep crushing it online.